Now we need to discuss. We need to share our opinions about racial discrimination. First of all, do you think that I think Hong Kong has racial discrimination? When yes, you can see that the other the foreigner want to find a job in Hong Kong may be very difficult. Just like the last lesson we saw, the yes the radio, and a woman said that she she wrote a lot of letter, and then only several job will have an interview for her.
Yeah, I agree with you. I also think that why Hong Kong have racial discrimination is about their skin color. Different skin color represent different nation. So Hong Kong, some working place exceed this racial discrimination in Hong Kong.
Okay.
I think there's racial discrimination in Hong Kong. I can see that different people from different backgrounds will be discriminated by our residents, such as when they in restaurant and they order some food, but the waiter maybe not welcome these people, and the attitude is bad for that.
And also, we all know that in Hong Kong there are many ethnic minorities to work, and so for example, there are many Filipino maids in Hong Kong and rep for different families, and so I think there is the possibility to have racial discrimination.
Yes, I also get your point. The Filipino male, they work in Hong Kong, but in Hong Kong a lot of people give them a different name which is not respect them, so that in this case we can see that Hong Kong has racial discrimination.
And I think that although Hong Kong is famous for his fairness, and I think not only women will be discriminated in Hong Kong, but all the people from different countries will be discriminated. And as you has mentioned earlier, and you said that people may be not may be difficult to find a job in Hong Kong, and I think that if the people from foreign countries want to find a job in Hong Kong and want to continue his job, but his boss maybe fire him just because of some simple mistake. I think that's a kind of racial discrimination.
Yes. So, what do you think the main cause of racial discrimination in Hong Kong? In my opinion, I think that misunderstanding between two groups, that between our people is the main cause of the racial discrimination.
Yeah. Apart from misunderstanding between these two reasons, I think the language is also the main cause of racial discrimination, because of different language, it is difficult to communicate with some foreigner, because some foreigner, their English is not too good, but some Chinese do not know how to speak fluent English or their language, so cause the discrimination.
I also think that this may be about the traditional Chinese concept, because Chinese people also always think that they concern about the benefits of a group of people.
Our circle.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes. That is our relatives and families, and so I think it is because of the race itself, and so they have to concern about the benefits of their own race, own people in the same race.
We can see that we all agree that the racial discrimination is come from the people's background, because many people from different cultural backgrounds, and they have different hobbies, and they are traditional. And I think that if people have these kinds of lifestyle and they are different from us, and we cannot understand what they are doing or what they are talking, and that may cause some misunderstanding, and we will discriminate these people.
Yes, so that we think the main cause of racial discrimination is the communication problem, because we misunderstanding each other. And I think that just because we are misunderstanding, and Chinese people, they always do not want to try to realize the other's living style, try to live up with them and know more about them. So that because we always concern the benefits about ourselves, so that we lost and we only discriminate the other people, so that it is very easy and simple, so it is not complicated. But if you want to communicate with them, you need a lot of time to communicate with them, to live with them. It is so complicated.
So I think because of this, so we form an atmosphere that we are discriminate the others, but we don't know, or yes, we don't feel we are doing so.
Yes, just because the living style. Yes, especially in Hong Kong, because we want all the things become faster and become fast and fast. So we do not do something which will waste time and need a lot of time. We always focus on efficiency. Yes, so that. Do you think we have the other possible measure to prevent racial discrimination and protect, or to protect the rights of the influence groups?
I think the measures can separate into two groups, and one is the short term, that is we have to set up laws to against discrimination, and the long-term measure is to educate all the people that we have to communicate and find solution to solve this problem.
I think that finding a solution to solve the problem is important, and I think the government can do a good role in these issues, such as that the government can give out some advertisement to promote the fairness among the society, and to encourage people to accept others, to accept their lifestyle, their hobbies, and their language, and just be patient to others.
Yeah, as you mentioned that the long-term measure is education, I think I can add some point to your point. I think maybe we are holding some activities to the foreigners, such as a Chinese learning class. Let them to learn Chinese and make a good communication with us. So I think this is possible measure.
Yeah, it is the very good measure, and I also think that if we can make an activity which can group two different race people together, and then they will have some fun, and then they will realize each other more. And more important is that because, for example, you say that the Chinese language classes, I think we can find some people, yes, they can speak little English, but to communicate with the Norwegian. So if we let these people to teach the foreigner about the Chinese language, they will have more communication chances, and they will be make a friends, and then they will avoid the racial discrimination, and less misunderstanding will be happen in the future.
Yeah. Well, your view is very practical, as I know that in Tianshanwei some community center has hold these classes already for some foreigner. Yeah. Yeah.
Because education, we can educate in the society, and we also can educate for children. We know that the children is very important in our society. They are our future. So that if we educate the racial discrimination, how to against this racial discrimination, we need to avoid this. The teacher teach the student, and they will learn more. It will be more effective, and they will express this idea in their family too.
I agree that just she has mentioned, the government take a very important role to carry out these measures, and as we have just mentioned, we may not know that we are discriminating the others, and because we are in that atmosphere, and so maybe the government can give some advertisement in TV or on TV, or some radio, maybe just to raise the awareness of